Hey everyone, this is Ryan from Blocks of Finance, and today I want to talk about the Energy Web Token and why I think this token is really at a key turning point and is about to reverse, a lot of the negative price action we've seen in the last few months against Bitcoin and potentially go on a parabolic run. Now, anyone that's been holding Energy Web Token for a while knows that it's been a difficult few months, especially watching the price go down versus Bitcoin. Obviously, we know Bitcoin's been on a tear. However, I was personally surprised at how much value we've lost versus Bitcoin when you consider just all of the developments, all of the crazy news, the amazing fundamentals that have been coming out every week, sometimes a couple of really huge pieces of news each week, where you think, wow, if this was any other project, this just would have doubled overnight or more, and yet we've hardly seen any reaction. And in this video right now, I'm going to go over some of the technicals and some very, very specific reasons why I think this has happened and why I think we're about to basically say goodbye to that kind of price action. So if you like Energy Web Token, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment below. That really helps. We're a new channel. And yeah, I will be covering a lot more about Energy Web in the future. So let's get right into why I think we've seen this such a big drop off. And we've seen no effect from the positive news that we've seen the Energy Web Token team releasing basically every week. So September is about here, middle of September. Since then, obviously, the price action versus Bitcoin has not been great. Now, what we see all the way down, and the indicators I have right now, by the way, the stuff on the chart and down below is Market Cipher, which is extremely accurate, especially on these larger long-term timeframes. Now, what Market Cipher is telling me is something that really made me say, oh, well, now I understand why we haven't seen any positive price action really versus Bitcoin. If you look at these yellow X's, 1, 2, 3, 7, basically since the middle of October, 7 big yellow X's on the daily time frame, which is a high time frame. This is a unique indicator to Market Cipher that basically uses an algorithm that is designed to detect whale manipulation, okay? So anytime you see one of these in Market Cipher, you basically stop paying attention to any long signals until this passes, because what the tool is telling you is that basically, hold on, we think there's some funny business going on right now. It looks like the price is being suppressed. This doesn't make sense. Something unnatural is happening with the price. And that usually causes, the price to decline after. Now, one yellow X on the daily time frame is a very powerful signal and one that you don't ignore. 7 in a row is not something I've ever seen. So according to this tool, we have just had massive whale manipulation since the middle of October, all the way through to, the last one was the 3rd of January. We're now into the second week of February, and we haven't had anything since. So that is a great sign for me. So whale manipulation all of this time. So we have amazing news, Dina, Energy Tag, Tesla, breadcrumbs, all these amazing pilot projects being done by Energy Web all over the world. And yet all of this time, the price just looks like it's been suppressed. So there's really been no positive reaction to what we know are the best fundamentals, basically, of any project in all of crypto, in my opinion anyway. So it's been a dark few months if you're looking at the Bitcoin price, but it looks like things are starting to turn around. So there's a couple of reasons for that. One, the yellow X's seem to have stopped, okay? We haven't had one since January the 3rd. Again, never seen this many in a row. So this was some serious manipulation. Secondly, we are starting to make, somewhat of a higher low here, okay? Which is good. And, it seems to make sense with all the fundamentals we got, the things that we know are upcoming, like staking, like tier one exchanges, all kinds of breadcrumbs and things like that, which we'll talk about in a second. It seems to make sense that, finally this is done with, and, the accumulation is done. My accumulation is personally done. So, this has really been a blessing for me, although it's kind of been hard at times. But my Energy Web position is a lot bigger than it would have been if this had just taken off, every time that, a huge piece of news came out. Now, that's one good sign, okay? The second good sign is, we look towards the bottom of the chart here. All of these different colored waves in Market Cipher, again, extremely accurate on higher time frames like the daily. So the first one I want to talk about is this red wave here. There should be a red and green wave, like you can see a little bit of green here, but we've been in such a bearish environment. If we're looking at Energy Web Token versus Bitcoin price, we've been in such a bearish environment that we just have a sea of red. Now, what this is a heavily modified money flow algorithm, which basically determines whether money is flowing in a positive, negative way, in or out of whatever you're looking at, a cryptocurrency, a stock, some kind of commodity or whatever. It's not really to do with price, it's to do with transactions and volumes and things like that. And, on a net basis, is the money flow positive or negative in terms of impacting the price? Now, what we really want to see is exactly what we're seeing here, which is, we want to buy in the red. We want to buy in the red as it's going up into the green. If you're following the, what Market Cipher is designed for. Now, you can see we've had this huge, this huge kind of curved bottom down here. And, we're now starting to see some serious change in direction. So again, the last few months, deep in the red, very, very negative money flow. But right now, the last few weeks, since the middle of January, we've started to see, some real light at the end of the tunnel in terms of the money flow starting to curve back up towards the zero line here, at which point, we'd be looking for it to turn positive and then, hopefully print a huge green wave. I mean, if it's as big as this, a green wave on the upside, then we're going to be having a great time. So this rounding of the money flow on a long-term time frame like the daily is very, very bullish, okay? And this is kind of where we'll be looking to enter according to how Market Cipher was built as it approaches this zero line and we've got this rounding. Now, the second set of these waves that I want to draw your attention to are the momentum waves. Now, these are these blue waves where it's mostly like a heavy blue with a lighter blue, and the lighter kind of cuts into the darker. Now, these are momentum waves, and again, they're very, very powerful on a longer term time frame if the rest of the environment and the money flow and fundamentals and things like that are going your way. So what we're generally looking for is we're looking for sequential waves where we have larger waves, and by larger I mean higher, so from the distance from here to the tip, with smaller waves inside them, okay? So we have a very big wave here, end of December, we have a smaller wave here, beginning of January, and we have another considerably smaller wave here, about a week ago, the 5th of February, okay? So we have these descending waves moving in the direction of the price action, while the money flow is also starting to trend towards positive and rounding off. And we have the manipulation that we've been suffering for the last few months looks like it's stopped, okay? So this combination on a daily time frame is extremely powerful. And the fact that we have this, we've also triggered this this green dot, daily green dots on Market Cipher are very powerful. All of this coming together, this really caught my eye. So for me, it looks like the longer term technicals are really now starting to allow for all of the fundamentals that we know are there to start playing out. and for us to hopefully see some really big price moves over, we don't know when it's going to be, whether it's going to be the next week or 2 weeks or, the next couple of months. We know it's coming. There's going to be one of these events is going to trigger it. We don't know what it's going to be, but when it happens, it's going to happen fast. And I feel that all of the ground we've lost and all of the fundamentals that we've been given, that's all going to start to catch up. Price is going to start to catch up with those. And we could see something that is explosive. And like I say, that hasn't been allowed to happen over the last few months because of these extreme periods of manipulation and price suppression, which again is a very specific signal that Market Cipher gives, saying do not buy because the price is being suppressed. Okay, so all of that together leaves me feeling, very, very bullish. And like I said, over the last couple of weeks, the fundamentals are just getting stronger and stronger. So towards the end of last year, we had the Dana news, we had the energy tag news. None of that seemed to even really get any attention. There's a few little things on YouTube. Chico made some videos, but again, there wasn't any price reaction apart from, a pump for a couple hours and then, back down and then into this downtrend versus Bitcoin. Okay, so all of that is just bubbling under the surface. There's a whole lot of other stuff which we know is bubbling under the surface. There's staking, there's tier one exchanges coming. We know it's all there. And I think now the price action is now giving, the technicals is now giving the price action permission to react to all of that, where it's not being held down anymore, and the money flow is starting to come in the direction we want, along with these big long-term momentum waves. So for me, that's very, very powerful. And then perfectly timed, a couple of days ago, it might have been yesterday, this guy on Twitter, the big fat panda, go and check out this tweet, has put together this this really nice graphic. It's basically just connecting all of the the happy coincidence dots between Tesla, Elon Musk, and Energy Web. Okay, so anybody that's been following this for a while, there's something there. We don't know what it is, but there's just so many coincidences. There's so many indirect connections. This sums it up pretty well. I think at some point, like Chico said in the video the other day, at some point someone's going to nail this and say, this is the connection. Here's the proof. This is what they're working on. And it's no longer just going to be this web of kind of, sort of connected entities that we know are somewhat doing something together, but we can't really prove it. And it's going to be concrete. And when that happens, I think it could really be explosive, especially with everything else that is coming out, like the staking, the exchanges and things like that. So in terms of price, I don't really want to make an Energy Web price prediction because this is just so manipulated and there's so much under the surface that, when this finally breaks out, it's kind of going to be like holding a beach ball underwater in a swimming pool, like an inflatable ball. When you let it go, I feel like it's just going to rocket. That's just my opinion. So definitely expecting us to really, really make a run at the gains at the losses we've seen versus the Bitcoin pair. If we look at the USDT pair, it's just going to be magnified even more. We're starting to see, great price action on the USDT pair now, higher highs and higher lows. So we're recovering some of those losses. We're currently at 1185, 1196. So just under $12. God, I can't read. 1192. Doesn't matter. We're just under $12 on the USDT pair. And obviously, if it starts to make up ground versus Bitcoin, then the gains versus USDT are going to be even bigger. But like I said, any kind of Energy Web price prediction is not really that useful in my opinion, just because there's so much waiting to come out. It could all happen at once or within a few weeks, and it's just going to cascade. And it's just been so much manipulation that what we've seen over the last couple of months just isn't really real in terms of price action, in my opinion. According to what we're seeing here. So this is all just my opinion. Obviously, do your own research. There's a lot to do if you're into Energy Web. This is just what I'm doing. I've been accumulating. I think we're about to see a big move. Make your own decisions. Don't listen to random guys on YouTube for financial advice. This is just my opinion. But I'm feeling very, very bullish. I've been buying all the way down here, and trying to keep strong hands. So I will be making more Energy Web content. So if you like this, if you want more people to know about this project, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment below of what you think about this. If you have your own price prediction, feel free to put it. This is a new channel, so any interaction we get on the video really helps. That. So yeah, that's it for now. Have a great day, and hopefully the next time we cover Energy Web, we might have something explosive to look at in terms of the Energy Web token price and things like that. So have a great day.